special edition of Late Night Help. I'm Mark Alyn. We're going to go to the East Coast. We're going to go to Maryland. We're going to speak with Genia Welbourn. She is the Senior VP of Global Network Operation and Assurance for Verizon. And this is the beginning, actually, it began a couple of weeks ago, of hurricane season. And that's going to affect people, I guess, in Florida and on the eastern seaboard. But there are other weather and natural disasters when communications, especially wireless communications, as we are a wireless world, go down or potentially can go down. And Gina is charged with keeping all of those communications working during those disasters. Gina, welcome to Late Night Help.
Thanks, Mark. Thanks for having me.
Our pleasure. So let's talk about that. You know, a storm comes up, a bad storm comes up. Do the towers go down? What do we do with our cell phones?
Yeah, so we at Verizon, look, we plan and build for this. You know, our job is to make sure we have a reliable network no matter what. And obviously there are things that could happen, right? So that's why we make investments, such as in Florida and Texas, when we see, for example, a population increase, right? So in Florida, we invested $150 million. In Texas, $98 million. And this investment is critical, right, to ensure coverage and capacity for when those things happen, right? And so, you know, you're in California. It's wildfire season. And, you know, one of the things that we do specifically in the West, because wildfires can wreak havoc. So when we think about our network and protecting our network, we designed to have extensive landscape mitigation around our facilities to eliminate brush and waste that could fuel the fires. And so we use reflective fire retardant paint on our fencing around our facilities to minimize the damage. You know, this is a well thought out thing, and it depends on where you are in the country. California, Florida, Texas, there are different things that we do to really protect our network and ensure customers and first responders have a way to communicate during these disasters. Super important.
I have to tell you that I've been evacuated for wildflowers, not once, not twice, 3 times where I live. And each time on Verizon, we've been able to communicate with each other, family members, so that we could get together and get out of the way of the fire. Thank God nothing happened. But that's only part of it. First responders use wireless to communicate, to beat down that fire, to save people from a hurricane or a flood.
Yep. Absolutely. So when you think, and first responders we partner with them, right? So Verizon, we have what we call a Verizon Frontline Response team. And this team is made up of ex-first responders as well as veterans, okay? And we provide on-demand emergency assistance during crisis situations. So, like you said, being available 24/7 to deliver charging stations, Wi-Fi spots, portable cell sites are all important for the customers to contact their family, but for first responders to interact with other agencies that they need to interact with on the ground. So, for an example, in 2021, we deployed 84 times in 13 states in support of first responders on the front line of hurricane response efforts. And so, super important to have this advanced network built for first responders, and we see that come to life, and it just evolves year after year.
I would think that it's, you know, hurricanes and tornadoes. I think we just had a tornado someplace. I think it was in Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Right? And so all of these natural weather disasters, we need that instant communication, don't we?
Absolutely. That is the most critical. Safety. We always empower our teams on the ground. Safety first, but keep that network running. And you know what's really also critical during times like that, when we have mobile assets all across the country, and they're positioned in places where we know we need them, so we can react fast. But the refueling of them is super important. And so all of that is pre-positioned prior to the storm, so that if there's a generator and we need to fuel it, it's right there, right? And so all of those things happen like up front as preparation, but even during the storm, we are right there with our customers, ensuring secure, stable connection.
Has Verizon learned from past experiences? I'm thinking of Katrina, and I don't even know how long ago Katrina was. At least 20 years?
20 years. It's been 20.
20 years. Wow. But do you take a look at what happened to make it better for the next one?
Yes. We evolve every year, so we look at you learn a lot from big ones like that, as you can imagine, right? And sometimes you do make different decisions on where you invest. But every single year, this is a machine, right? We are looking constantly at our network and the traffic and the patterns of weather events and what we need to do and where we need to invest and where we need to deploy. And I feel very comfortable and confident about this Verizon Frontline team. These are the experts. These are the people that's making it happen. And this isn't new. This has been over nearly 3 decades of partnership with public safety officials. And so prioritizing communication and meeting their unique needs constantly evolve, and we evolve with them.
I know that the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, I've actually walked by their building in Maryland, just outside of Washington, D.C., they've predicted that this is going to be another above normal hurricane season, which means we're anticipating more hurricanes. Are we prepared?
Yes, it's above normal. We are prepared. We are absolutely prepared. Like I said, we have investments that we make. We have fleets of portable assets that are fully functional with powered generators that will enhance our network for coverage and capacity. We have drones that we use, satellite. I mean, we're using all of the technology that you can think of, and it's all about that continuity of communication. That's why I say we're prepared.
It's the Star Wars of technology that's being used today. As we wrap
I like
up,
that.
yeah, you can use it. Hey, listen, we've talked about all kinds of natural disasters. Here in California, in addition to wildfires, people are afraid of earthquakes. Is this included?
Absolutely. Earthquakes, hurricanes, tornadoes, flooding, wildfires, blizzards, we take it all into consideration.
Listen, I really appreciate your time today. If people are interested in finding out more about what Verizon is doing to protect us during these natural disasters, is there a place that they can find out more information?
Absolutely. Verizon.com. There are a lot of tips and resources that are very helpful for our consumers. Verizon.com
is the place to look before a natural disaster, so you're prepared. I think that's the operative word, being prepared. Our guest has been Genia Welbourn, and we really appreciate your time. This is Late Night Health. I'm Mark Alyn. We'll be back.